Hi, welcome back to Art by Brooke. In recent years, I have kind of decided on choosing a theme for the year instead of doing specific resolutions. And I've been thinking a lot about what kind of a theme I wanted to use for this year. And something that keeps popping back up for me is kind of the phrase, use it up. I have a lot of really cool art supplies and a lot of recycled materials, a lot of magazines, things like that I do occasionally use, but haven't really had a specific goal to use up. That can be a little bit scary sometimes because it can be really hard to use certain supplies that you've been holding onto for a long time, saving for a special occasion. But I know a lot of people like to talk about how, hey, using it and creating it is a special occasion. If you're waiting for a special occasion, you may be waiting forever. I also like this theme because I can kind of try to lean into utilizing recycled materials or things that would be considered trash. So for today's video, I thought we could actually go back to working in the composition notebooks that we started a long time ago in some of my Art for Everyone videos. I have a playlist for that if you're interested. Basically, my goal with these videos is to try to show you approachable art techniques and prompts and tutorials, things that you could do at home, even if you don't feel very confident in art. So to show some of these techniques, I like to show it to you in a composition notebook because that's a pretty approachable material, and you can usually find them at your local dollar stores or on clearance around back to school time. We've done some other really cool pages so far. I'll link those videos in the description down below. You can watch them in the playlist. But today, I want to talk about a really cool book that I found at the library. So this book is called Paper Collage Workshop, and it's by Samuel Price. When I first saw this cover on the bookshelf, I actually put it back for a minute because I thought to myself, that looks really intimidating. I can't do that. And I didn't even want to try. And then I grabbed it again because there weren't that many collage books at the library at the time. I think some of them were checked out. And I was really wanting some collage inspiration. But as I started flipping through, I realized that this book is laid out in a really, really approachable way. He starts with some very simple tutorials and then moves into the more complex ones, and it's a very natural progression. So I quickly fell in love with this book, and I wanted to try the first tutorial with you and also encourage you to check out this book as well. I'll put an affiliate link in the description down below in case you're interested in buying it, but also you could totally check out your local library and see if they have a copy of it as well. And don't forget that a lot of different libraries have book sharing programs, so even if your library doesn't have it, you may be able to request it, and they might be able to borrow it from another local library. This is an aside, but I'm a huge library supporter, and I think you should be as well. So the first tutorial in the book involves drawing concentric circles on a page, and then filling in the different rings with different colored collage paper. He has some really interesting and unique ways of having you follow the tutorial. I'm going to kind of do it a little bit my own way, but with heavy inspiration from the book. I'll show you an example of what he shows in the book as what your results could look like. So these are some examples of some of the pieces that he's done. Now he recommends doing this on canvas, and that would stand up better to a lot of glue and a lot of collaging, but I also like the technique for an art journal. I think if you're worried about your pages standing up to some heavy collage work, you could always use gesso on the background. So this is an example of gesso. I don't love the clear gesso from Liquitex as much. I actually like their white gesso a lot more, but I do have this. And I might use it on a similar project in the future because I want to use it up. And honestly, before I started saying that sentence, I forgot that that was my theme. So that's kind of funny. But gesso basically just helps prime the pages, and it can thicken the pages a little bit, which is nice because then if you collage on top of it, it may be a little less likely to wrinkle. Though with the thin composition notebook pages, they may wrinkle anyway, and that's just kind of part of the fun and the quirkiness of it. For this specific video though, I want to make it as approachable as possible, so I'm not going to use gesso, but I just wanted you to know in case you had some on hand, you can. You could also use paint on the background if you wanted, but I think today I'm just going to use glue and paper. So I'm using paper from a couple different sources. I have this yellow that comes with the drink mixes that I like to get, and they use it as like their packing paper, and I have quite a few pages of this. I also have a lot of brown packing paper, also from different packages and stuff like that. I'm not sure which of these I'm going to use yet, but I have some really beautiful seed catalogs that have pictures of plants and things like that. And so I kind of cut out some green and some red. And then I also thought this order page might be really fun because I could just use the lined part. So it'll be kind of like a white and black lined. It just might add some interesting dimension. And I also have 2 or 3 rolls of this. I got these at an event and I have no other use for them. So I thought this might be fun to tear up and use as a blue layer. So I think I'm going to start with tearing up the papers and then we can jump into starting the page. So I'm just going to tear these up into strips and then kind of tear them up into smaller pieces and set them aside for later. They don't need to be uniform, and actually I think it adds more interest if some of them are different shapes and different sizes. You'll probably need to try to find different shapes and sizes to fit into your circles. So really just have fun with this.
Listen, I ain't never. Listen, baby, I ain't never met no one like you.
I'm having some trouble with my footage. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it caught me ripping up some of these colors, but I just wanted to let you know that if you don't like the texture of ripping up paper, like if you don't like the texture of it in your hands, you can always use scissors as well. You can either choose to make very uniform shapes, or you can cut it all jagged and all over the place as well. You'll probably get a pretty similar look. I also thought it might be fun to try out some of those fun scissors that have scalloped edges or kind of raggedy edges, and you could get some more texture that way as well. All right, so the next step is to draw circles on our page. I'm using a Sharpie, but you could use a pencil or a pen or a marker. Now, because of the colors I have, I'm going to try to draw 5 circles. And now all that's left to do is to fill in each segment with a different colored collage paper. There are a lot of different ways you can do this. You can do it with a glue stick or wet glue. You can use a paintbrush to stick it down or just use your hands. You could even do this with double-sided tape if you wanted, if you did not want to use glue. I think for this, I'm going to use wet glue because for me, glue sticks are a little bit more finicky and take a little bit more time. But wet glue does run the risk of making the paper more wrinkly, so keep that in mind.
I've been around, but you find something new. Come on, baby, give me, that's the truth. Let me tell you what I'm trying to do with you. Like, ooh, baby, take my hand, let me ride away with you. Away with you. Take a chance, I can make your dreams come true. Your dreams come true. Let me ride away.
So I really underestimated how much time this would take. It does take a lot longer than I expected, but it's really meditative and calming and relaxing. So while I did take a quick break for dinner, I was really looking forward to continuing. So I'm back to get back at it again.
Ride away, ride away, let me ride away with you. Oh, yeah. Say you want the moon, or take it down. Give you every star and lose count. Even the little things, swear I won't miss a thing. 'Cause you deserve it all, girl. We gonna make it our way. So you when you're with me.
Something I've noticed that is really helpful while dealing with the glue, especially because I'm just using my hands, I'm not using any tools, is keeping a damp paper towel nearby so that I can wipe off my fingertips, and it helps keep them from getting way too sticky.
Like, ooh, baby, take my hand, let me ride away with you. Away with you. And ooh, baby, take a chance, I can make your dreams come true. Your dreams come true.
It's a day, or tonight is the night. Give me something to savor, don't be fighting the flight. It's a natural reaction, don't be switching the cover up to subtract the attraction. You in similar fashion to my Angela backseat, let me get you in groove. If you feeling the passion, just know I'm matching the mood. And all less a distraction, you more than something to be used up. Take a seat in the passenger while we test out the cruise.
When you move,
I don't ever wanna stop.
keep the grooving.
We gonna find love.
Hold time, lose
For whatever comes up.
I think this feels right.
Yeah.
It feels right. And oh, baby, let me ride away, ride away, ride away, ride away, be ride away, wait with you. Let me ride away, ride away, ride away. Let me ride away with you.
Okay, so as I got to this last layer, since I had to come all the way up to the edge of the paper, I just decided to go over the edge because once it's all dry, I can trim it. So you can see on the other side here, I just made sure that it always went over the edge as much as possible. So now I just have to let it sit for a while, and then once it's fully dry, it'll be stiff enough that it'll be pretty easy to cut off. And then I can double check to make sure that all the edges are laying down really well. So this is all dry now, so I'm going to go in and cut out all the excess. It actually looks really cool even if you just leave it. You can kind of see how the little tabs stick out. So you could totally do that if you like it, but I do want to see what it looks like with it all kind of trimmed up. So I'm going to go in and cut all that off. I did end up putting a piece of scrap paper behind when I was doing the glue, just because then if something got stuck down, it wasn't getting glue all over the other pages that I'll be using in the future. And instead it could be stuck on this that would be easier to get off, or I could even cut it. Alrighty, and that is all done. I love this technique. I had such a good time making this. It was a really fun process. It kind of felt like putting together a puzzle because especially for the curved edges, I was trying to find pieces that worked well along that. And it kind of felt like the process of looking for the right pieces, but also you can rip the pieces as you go to make them fit. So it's not quite as frustrating as searching for that one piece for a really long time. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but the texture in this is so nice. So like I expected, it did wrinkle the paper a bit, but it also reinforced the paper really nicely. And the texture of all the different pieces in here is so fun. And I used Elmer's glue, which dries matte. And so it didn't really mess with the fun textures at all. So you can kind of see a little bit of that texture in here. And it's stiff. So let's see if I can show you. You can see it is a little bit wrinkled, but it added weight to it. So overall, love the technique. I really love the way it looks. I love that I used all kind of reused paper from different things. So we have packing paper, magazine pictures, little tickets from an event, magazine paper, and also magazine paper in the middle. I definitely want to do more of this, and if you are at all interested, I would suggest you try it as well. I would love to hear about it if you end up trying it, or if you end up making a video about it. Let me know in the comments down below. And let me know if there's anything interesting you'd like to see me try collaging with, because I want to keep trying this, and I definitely want to do more of these. I think this was so much fun. So overall, I think this was a really easy, approachable thing to do that gives you a really big impact at the end. And don't forget to check out Paper Collage Workshop because it has so many other fun projects in it that I can't wait to try, and I think you would enjoy as well. So final notes, if you do decide to do this, just remember that it might take quite a long time to do it, depending on how much time you have and how much patience you have. I definitely needed some breaks here and there, but I always was very excited to come back to it. So I think if you try it, keep at it, and enjoy the process just as much as you enjoy the result. And I think for just a little bit of time and effort, you will really enjoy your results. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment down below if you have any suggestions for types of collages you'd like to see me do in the future. And share the video with a friend who you think might enjoy trying out this technique. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.